Hey guys, Adnan here. So, if I walk into a business tomorrow, here's a few things that I'll automate straight away as a person who does this for a living. So, most businesses don't have like a lead problem or a program issue in terms of they're having the wrong programs. It's more of a systems problem. And most of these things can be automated with pretty much any platform. It's just a matter of configuring it. So, we'll cover a few things here. Now, I'm going to talk through a few things that I do for my other clients, which should be pretty transferable to other companies, no matter what industry you're in. Now, this is the most important thing, okay? This is step one, is you have to capture every lead in one place. So the first thing that I would do is centralize everything. So it doesn't matter if you're getting leads from your website forms, if you're getting leads from Facebook ads or Google ads, or even Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, WhatsApp people use a lot nowadays, and even emails. All of this should go into one system, okay? Into one CRM, preferably. Because a CRM, you can pretty much connect it to other applications as well. For example, you can connect to WhatsApp, Facebook ads, Google ads, things like HubSpot, Zoho, Salesforce. They all have connections nowadays in which you can connect it to your lead magnets. Okay? This is step one. This is the most important thing. What this allows is no inbox chaos and there's no sticky notes everywhere. I talk to so many business owners and everything that they have is pretty much in their mind, and their salespeople have different kind of notes. Their marketing team have different notes over here, and nothing is organized. And when nothing is organized, that causes delays, and delays causes lost revenue. Okay, this is very, very important to get right. This is step one. So what this allows is obviously there's no multiple spreadsheets that's not centralized. So this gives one centralized system that everyone in the company can look at, can organize. Okay. What I would do at this point is I would make an instant auto response within 30 to 60 seconds, probably within 60 to 80 seconds or 90 seconds, because then it's a bit more realistic. It's not AI, like some AI is responding to you. So let's just say, for example, we're having something coming from a website form. Okay. They fill out the information and they send it. And let's say, for example, the response that they would get back normally is through an email. This can be automated super, super easy. And most times when I talk to business owners, the email they send back is pretty generic in terms of they have to get more information about a couple of things. So this can be automated extremely easily. We'll ask basic qualification questions that you can set up. And then that sends it straight away from the general email that they've sent it to the customer. And all the information that they've also sent us can be collected and sent into the CRM, which again is why CRM is so important. All right. And once the qualification has been completed, this can be automatically assigned to the right salesperson. Maybe through a round robin basis, maybe through the amount of revenue expected from the customer, and you give it to a salesperson. So this can be all automated as well within the CRM. So yeah, as it says here, speed matters the most. Okay, there was a study done, I'm not sure by who or what the exact percentage was, but it was something like 300 and something percent increased conversion rate when you reply within 60 seconds. Now, it doesn't matter if that's call, email, DM, you have to respond straight away. And the easiest way to do that nowadays is using technology. If you don't use it, you're going to fall behind. So that's step one. Okay. And also, how I do this for customers is I use make.com. So let's just say, for example, using HubSpot CRM. Okay. What I would do is I would connect HubSpot within make.com to your website through a HTTP. Or even within HubSpot, they have a connection now, which you can automate pretty easily. I would connect to your Meta, your Google, and Instagram as well that I can connect. Okay, that way, whenever someone says something, we have something like an OpenAI module, which reads it and can also filter that as well. Okay, the next thing is automating the follow-up. Now, so many companies that I talk to, okay, they do not follow up. They say they do, but they follow up one time after the person has made an initial request or they've gotten a quote, and that's it. They just get lazy. They might do it the first couple of months within their business, okay? But then if they're going to scale to a point where they don't have the systems available and nothing is set up, and now they have so many leads that they're talking to, they have no time to actually set up an automated follow-up system. And then they tell their salespeople, yeah, just follow up, man. Like, just follow up. You should follow up 2-3 times at least. And you have to follow up. But the salespeople don't because they have so many leads coming in. So you need something automated to talk to the old leads, because you're spending all this money to get the leads, okay, but you're not doing anything to reactivate it. You're not doing anything to talk to them again and to get them back in. So what old leads mean is quotes that are not accepted. Maybe they just made an inquiry. They say, not now, maybe further down the line. A lot of those customers, that is pretty common. Even missed calls. They might make a missed call, and obviously no shows as well. So these apply pretty much to most businesses nowadays, whether it's home improvement, whether it's B2B, doesn't really matter. So what I would do for this, I've done a lot in the past as well, is build a simple reactivation system. Okay. Now I use mainly SMS. I just try to text them because it's not as, I would say, it's not as pressurizing as calling them multiple times, because some people do get a bit mad on that. SMS is pretty simple. Now everyone checks their phone. Whenever they hear that ding, they'll check, see who's texting them. All right. This is a very, very good way that I do it. And let me quickly show you as well how I've done it for my customers. Okay, so this is one of the scenarios that I've made for one of my clients. I can't show you the details, but essentially what it does is this follows up at least 4 times over a couple of weeks, over maybe a month to 2 months on old leads. Okay, so essentially we have all of the old leads here in the spreadsheet. We can use a CRM, but the customer doesn't have a CRM at this point, so a spreadsheet is a lot easier. And then, as it says, we have a 2-day follow-up, a 4-day follow-up, and a 7-day follow-up. And if they follow up, this trigger is stopped. Okay, but that's an example that I've made for one of my customers, and we use Twilio to send the SMS messages. And all of these can be personalized. That's why we have the OpenAI module here. So you can read things like their past information, what they got a quote for, even where they live, if that is available in your lead database. But yeah, let's just close this off. But yeah, so we'll send probably up to 4 messages over maybe a month or 2 months, and every week or 2, depending on the sales cycle of your company. But it's not spammy at all. It's not robotic. It's very, very personalized based on their own information. So yeah, if you already paid for the lead, then you should have a follow-up system to ensure that that lead goes to the most, to ensure that that lead has the most potential to close. Otherwise, you're just wasting money. Okay. Now, step 3. This one here just saves a lot of time, and this is removing manual admin work. So what I do is I pretty much look at all of the internal tasks that the employees are doing, and even the owner, and seeing what can be automated. There's a lot of things that people do in a company in their day-to-day, which can be automated super easily. Okay, I'll give you a few examples. Auto creating deals when a lead comes in. This can be automated super easily. Auto generating quotes, even invoices, payment reminders. These are such simple things you can automate, which takes so much time to do manually. Okay, if you automate these things, it can save you hours and hours of time, and it allows you to focus on the sales generating activities. That's very, very important. Some other more examples here that I've done for some clients. Yeah, even like drafting replies to common emails. They might have, how do I change my password? How do I do this? You are not a tech support person. Okay, you're meant to be generating money for the company. So you have to automate these things, or you have to hire someone else to do it for you. So yeah, if someone is doing repetitive work every single day, it could be you, could be an employee, that's a candidate for automation. That's a perfect opportunity to automate it and to save yourself time and money. All right, so step 4 is automating post-sale. So this could be something like onboarding. We can automate, because most times this is more of an admin manual type of work. When someone has purchased, you have to send them documents. You have to send them an email saying what the next steps are. And these are always going to be the exact same type of messages. The only thing you're changing is going to be the person's name, product, etc. So this can be automated very easily as well through Make.com or through your CRM. And even let's say, for example, you're in the home improvement industry, okay? You might have 30-day check-in, 90-day check-ins, which allows you to get referrals. This can be automated, again, through the system that I showed before, through an SMS messaging system, or you have an automatic reminder that's set in your calendar, which can be set up, in which you have to call the customer. Okay, then you have the notes, which can be automatically generated from the call to paste it in straight away. So yeah, this is a pretty simple thing to do, but it allows you to get a lot more clients in terms of referrals and also to build the lifetime value with the customer as well, which is very, very important nowadays, now that there's so many companies out there. So step 5, this is more of an advanced technology used with AI for companies. I mean, most companies wouldn't need this unless you're on the mid-tier to enterprise level, in terms of you have more than 6 to 8 employees and you're generating even in the millions per year. So this can be very, very useful. A lot of applications now, like Zoho, does have intelligence in terms of decision assistance, but if you don't have access to that type of technology in terms of it's too expensive or hard to set up, AI can do it for you, even through Make.com, which I showed before. So even things like analyzing which lead sources convert best based on maybe the type of email that is from, the region, type of company that is signed up, flagging cold deals in the pipeline, summarizing weekly sales performances. So you might have KPIs, and then the AI can essentially read those KPIs, analyze it, and see what type of improvements can be made, and even bottlenecks in the process. So this is something that I would do later on in a later stage when all of these other steps have been set up and they're working perfectly. Then you can have a look at making a decision assistant, because this is a bit more of an advanced technology. So if I was automating a home improvement company, which I talk about a lot because I focus on that the most, the system, if we set up all of this, would pretty much look like this. So a lead comes in, let's just say, for example, Facebook ads. We get an instant response through, we're probably going to text them back. The AI will qualify them, and it's not going to be an AI generated response. It's going to be personalized messages. It's going to be simple, based on your tone that you prefer. All right. Now, based on that qualification, we're going to assign that to a salesperson, and then we're also going to book the call as well through that first chat, which allows you to increase revenue by so much and the conversion rate by so much. All right. Once that call is done with the salesperson, we're going to send a quote, which can be automated. All right. We're going to have a follow-up sequence if they don't get back to us. So this can be over maybe a couple of weeks. All right. The person comes back to us, and then we close the deal. All right. Once the deal is closed, we're going to have a review request. So every 30 or 90 days, we're going to set a reminder in the person's calendar, or we're just going to send them a simple message, see how they're going, any referrals that they can give us. And if they still don't get back to us, we're going to do a database reactivation every 90 days, which allows it to keep circulating and keep allowing the old leads to come back to us. This is very, very simple. It's structured. It can be repeatable to most businesses nowadays, and it allows you to make the most out of technology at this point without having to spend too much money, and also to increase your revenue. So yeah, if you want help building something like this properly, it's what we do here at Elevort. I'm the founder. So I focus on a lot of B2C companies nowadays, but even B2B we've worked with. B2B is more, they have more applications needed to connect, which is pretty simple. It might take a bit longer. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, feel free to check out my Instagram, my TikTok and Facebook. Got a couple of videos there as well, and Reels. You might find that useful. But any help you might need with this, or any, in terms of you want some guidance on where to start, feel free to send me an email, or just send me a DM as well. Cheers. Bye.